for example, in prophecy, right? Being able to share with somebody something that nobody would know
Mhm.
except God. You get a word of knowledge, you
Yeah.
have a prophetic gifting, and
Yeah.
you are able to understand and know what's
Yeah.
happening in somebody's life. Many people can go to a fortune teller and get that same kind of experience. So, how do you know that it's different?
That's good. Well, you said it so well earlier that the demonic realm and all of that is totally just true things wrapped up in totally not true things and twisted. And so everything that the enemy does, and I would hope it doesn't hurt people's feelings, but I would even say like every other religion and every other spiritual expression, it's all counterfeits of the true God. And that's not a shame thing. It's just that God put eternity in man's heart. We're all seeking truth. We're all seeking Jesus, whether we know it or not. And so other religions form on counterfeits. So God created an ability to hear his voice. So the counterfeit of that is fortune telling. But the true thing is like God has eternally true things to say about you that are completely unlimited and eternally true. And it's not like I see darkness coming into your life, or this relationship is going to bring you this prosperity or whatever. Um, I think that darkness is marked by darkness. So that's going to be fear or control or manipulation or I mean, it's so funny. Even Disney's so spiritual. You totally see it in Disney movies where um, anything that has to do with magic or I mean, yeah, anything supernatural. There's actually a lot of supernatural stuff in Disney movies. It always is like until midnight, like Cinderella, until midnight. Suddenly, the spell doesn't work. Or, yeah, there's all sorts of things. The fortune teller, like I unfortunately, I watched a Disney movie recently, Encanto, and realized pretty much immediately, I was like, this is so spiritual and so demonic. And they all have these magical powers, but they're crumbling and they're being crushed under the weight of them because it's from the enemy, it's not from God. And God, it says that the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy, but Jesus came to give you life and life in the fullness. And so any of the supernatural from the enemy is going to control you. It's going to actually steal from you. It's actually going to manipulate you. It's going to lead to death. It's going to lead to more even like the Hercules stuff. It's like you make a deal with the devil and then it's like you lose your soul, right? So that is true whether you feel it immediately or later. A lot of people, I have so many friends who went to go get fortune telling or their palms read or whatever, and immediately they feel discernment. Might not even know Jesus or not, but immediately they're like, oh, this feels super dark and strange. And that's actually the Holy Spirit talking to them, even though they don't fully know the Lord. And then some people, they're like, this is awesome. Like what you said seemed true. It resonated with me. Or this horoscope, told me exactly how I was feeling today or this month or the Mercury retrograde or whatever. And it maybe is going to take time for the fruit of that thing and like basically the cause and effect of that thing for you to see, oh, this is actually leading to death and not to life. But I would say when it's the real thing, it's like times a million of what the counterfeit is, you know? Um, and I think it's marked by like the characteristics of God, which is peace, love, joy, sound mind, life, all of those things. So I think when you know, you know.
It's true, and the challenging part is, like, it's kinda like candy. It tastes good at first when it comes to the demonic or the counterfeit. It tastes good
Right.
at first. It may taste good at first, not always to the discerning, but it may taste good at first, but then you eat a bag and you feel sick, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's oftentimes what happens with the demonic realm. That's
Yeah.
oftentimes how the enemy can get you. It's like the classic, tell your child to not take candy from a stranger. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.